I gotta move these down. All right, up next is me, everybody. So, me, Travis.
Yeah, Travis.
It feels very good to be here, not just as a host, but also as a performer, because what a beautiful stage with a wonderful venue and a great group of people. Tip your lovely bartender, Drew. Bust your tables. I was grateful when Eric came to us because he wanted to do a night regarding mental health and suicide prevention for the month of September, because I think this is something that matters, obviously, for everybody individually in this room, all of us as artists, me as an individual. I think I've become a mental health advocate myself, which is, something that I think weighs on everybody that's come up to this microphone. And you can say your story 100 times, it still doesn't get easier. This is from my book, Pizza and Beer Money, and the entirety of the part 4 in this book is called Winter, and it's all of the kind of the darker, colder, more numbing stuff that I wrote over the 4.5 or 5 years that this book took place for. So I haven't read some of this stuff in a while. Yeah. This is called I'll Look Good When I'm Dead. I'll look good when I'm dead, laying there in the casket, polished shoes, not forcing a smile, fitted suit, relaxed on my back, hair styled. What of you? I'll look good when I'm dead, and everyone I love will be there. Thank you. When I first wrote the manuscript for Pizza and Beer Money, I put it in a brown paper envelope, and I dated it, to have a safe manuscript. I sent it home to my mom, and after some tough mental health moments that I had I had told her never to open it because that was what kept me safe against, people stealing my work. After some tough mental health moments, she opened it because she thought it was a suicide letter. The first time I read this piece was to one of my best friends, Molly, who was one of the acknowledgments in this book. And I never knew how difficult this piece was to read out loud until I read it out loud.
I love you.
This is called I Have Kidnapped Myself. I have kidnapped myself and thrown away the key. I am not home. I am not well. And I will not return your calls. But if you should happen to find where I put me, maybe you could tell him he has places to be, and remind him just how many people still enjoy his company. I think surely he'd appreciate that gesture immediately. A few other poets. Thank you, everybody. I bawled in the middle of a coffee shop in Yarmouth the first time I read that. I wrote a companion piece to that recently. This is called Stockholm After I Have Kidnapped Myself. I fell in love with my first mental breakdown. I found refuge in the thought that this captivity could change me one day for the better. And that knowledge has kept me from feeling like a prisoner ever since. And though I once held myself locked in a cold, dark room against my will, with the key to the door in the side of my mind I didn't know existed, the side of my mind just out of reach, it's the man who held me there that I know makes me smile most to this day. Thank you. I got two more pieces for you. This is called What to Scream at the Edge of the World. And it's here, at the edge of the world, with the wind at my back, where I find myself most looking for direction, where I find myself most looking for respite. And it's here where I yell loudest to a God I do not believe in, where I yell until my lungs give out because my stomach offers no more promises of air. And it's here. I make my angriest admissions and I do not shudder. And isn't it here at the edge of this beautifully damned blue world where I scream so surely that I do not want to die? But I've had a really fucking hard time figuring out the ways I want to live.
Fuck it up, poet.